You know what I'm going to share tonight? It's Friday night, and I started thinking. It's been over 30 some odd years that I have been absolutely engaged, immersed, joyfully celebrating being a natural goddess. I don't care about shopping for clothing that has a message across my backside. I don't care about bras and underwear bras and all of that stuff. I don't care about painting my nails. I don't care about getting my hair dyed. I don't care about going to eat at Red Lobster tonight. I don't care about shopping at Victoria's Secret. I don't care about getting my hair dyed with aluminum foil or a Brazilian blowout. I don't care about going to the doctor's office and seeing what kind of pain pills I can get on to ease my anxiety and depression right at this moment. Every day of my life, I have learned deeper and more fluent wisdom as to why we end up in some of the situations that we do. I'm going to be 56 in July. I have hair. I'm healthy. I'm alive. I don't want to sweat the small stuff that my funky hair, hi Pablo, is offensive to anyone. Or that I choose to walk out in the woods, and if I need to go pee, I go behind a tree where no one can see me. But I'm living in a world where every day new laws are being made, and every day it seems like the people become more and more detached from being truly human. What do you mean? I see people that don't have money to get well, but they can buy pink sweatpants, and they can buy Lady Gaga tickets, and they're superfood girl and blender girl, and perpetually wanting to be girls and children. I'm a woman. I love being a woman. I cherish love making and not just getting off on each other and, hitting it hard, and I don't care about screwing on kids, and I don't need pornos, and I don't need vibrators. I'm not a Puritan. I'm something that we all used to be a long time ago, that we seem to have forgotten when we got replaced with all these products and all these ideas. When we were seduced to reduce. I have a course coming for you, because about 35 years ago, I used to observe these young gals when I lived, in California, and I would watch them riding their bikes by on the beach, and I would see their beautiful natural hair and their healthy, vibrant, radiant skin and their clear eyes and the smile on their face, and I thought, one day I hope that can be me. I hope that with any partner that I would take in the future, that it would be sensual, passionate, caring, conscious, lovemaking, and partnership ways, and not just dominating and utility and greed and selfishness. I don't wear a bra 99% of the time because I don't really believe in them. I haven't. I stopped wearing makeup a long time ago, decades ago. And I found solutions that really work to staying healthy. And now I speak with people on the phone in my age, 55, 56 in July, and they wonder, what is turmeric? How do I cook with that? What is coconut oil? In the same way that I'm not too good at just building a house from scratch or fixing my car when it breaks down, you might not be too good at taking care of your vehicle. the vehicle that you operate on in this realm. In fact, many people have become quite strictly three-dimensional people, very cube-oriented, geometrical people, meaning that they see the world in a very rote, predictable way. That means when people see beautiful dreadlocks and funky hairstyles, they feel like, what's that? You know, and they start to diminish us, and they start to treat us in ways that obviously display inequality. Like when I went to the veterinarian's office today at Superior Animal Hospital, you know, or when I go into Walmart, you know, and you get a checker who feels that, well, somehow you're below them because look at your hair, you must be riffraff, right? They assume that you're poor. I can't even walk on a trail at the lake walk around Lake Superior without getting huge doses of people, skin bags, full of body soap, fragrance, shampoo, conditioner, dryer sheet, laundry soap, underarm stuff, nor can I give people a massage on the table without getting a big dollop of some cakey white stuff that stinks to high heaven like some male fragrance package. In fact, sometimes I have to ask myself, what world am I really living in, and how is it that I'm here right now when my personal culture is so completely different than what I see all around me? I don't have a vibrator. I never have. I've never watched a porno. I don't want to. It's not that I'm a Puritan. It's just that I'd rather save that energy for actual lovemaking. I actually don't believe that masturbation is bad or criminal or harmful. It's actually identifying and knowing the self and developing self levels of Kundalini. It's moving energy through the spine from the lowest sex organ, glandular system that you have all the way to your crown, isn't it? Or did you have to go to a yogini Kundalini course so that they're the only ones that could help you develop Kundalini or tantric energy mastery? You see, we started replacing our ability to heal ourselves and to communicate and have partnership ways because we were forced to adopt religion. We were forced through slew and murder. We were forced through thievery. And we were forced through products being thrust upon us, literally and physically. Once you have a critical mass of people saying, well, of course I do that, you know, pretty soon you got everyone dancing around a pole, and you've got everyone with their pink vibrating rabbit shoving it up inside themselves every night. You got everyone sitting down and jacking off to a porno. It's not that we're not sexual beings, and it certainly isn't that I'm a Puritan, because trust me, I'm not. I'm a natural goddess. I don't need pink sweatpants, pink underwear, fake nails, pornos. I don't need to take home Arby's in an aluminum wrap, and I don't need to sit under the hairdryer with aluminum foil with a bunch of painted chemicals pouring into my bloodstream. I don't need the tanning booth, and I don't need the casino. I need nature. I need trees, clean water, a fresh, clean food supply. I need real people around me. I don't need a mall. I don't need to shop all the time. I don't need branded clothing. I don't need products made from animals like leather shoes and leather handbags just so we can dispose of them and go get more while someone's life was basically given for that product. I don't eat dead animals. Not factory farmed ones, unless I'm on a trip and someone's, has a wild caught boar or something. My mind is flexible and my mind is right because of my way of life. I love everyone regardless of their sexuality or their way of life, unconditionally. I identify as a womb being, a female. I help people every single day, free, paid, for my time, energy exchange, to actually and truly reverse disease and get their health back. Whether it's ovarian cancer, myasthenia gravis, lupus, whatever it is, I set about in my life to make sure, as a natural goddess, someone who studied every day and gathered medicine, to make sure and earn my energy, currency, money in a conscious way that was necessarily a comport with my way of life. I'd rather be riding a bike or scuba diving or walking or making a meal, sharing food with people, reading a good book, watching a funny movie, or like watching Water for Chocolate last night. I'd rather have good company and a great story than I would be hyper-sensationalized, especially with word sound that makes me want to feel as if I'm a girl when I'm a woman. I'm not a child. I'm a grown woman, and I like it, I celebrate it, and I behave like it. I move with consciousness, word sound, and respect. I know how to play the drum. I know how to dance. I know my food rhythm. I know how to heal myself. In fact, I walked away from a doctor in 2008, Dr. Nielsen, at Cloquet Memorial Hospital with an ovarian carcinoma diagnosis. I healed myself, and I proved it in 2010, despite horrific fear-mongering, that I was toying with my life, that I was crazy. So I got myself a counselor who testified he was a credible witness because my previous background is in law. That's what I did as a job. I needed to get a job in my 20s, my early 30s, and that's what I did. I was a senior paralegal. So I've seen enough of the system to know that it doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for you. I've seen enough of the system and enough of the fakery, foolery, and fuckery to know that it's only going to hurt you. I've seen what it's doing to our young people who are trying to self-medicate and deal with hideous amounts of anxiety and depression. And I know what the Wi-Fi and the RF and the EMFs are doing to our people in terms of paranoia, anxiety, and brain tumors. And I'm bold enough to speak out about it. I'm bold enough to help people reverse those situations within themselves, but they have to follow a plan, and that takes a little bit of time to learn it. I heal people for real, because it's been my entire walk in my life. I don't need to advertise and be a walking billboard, because I don't live in a third-dimensional reality. I haven't for 30 some odd years. I encourage you. I'm asking you, open your mind. Wake up. Wake up. Really wake up. Listen. Hear yourself. Hear your heartbeat. It's not painted fingernails and false eyelashes and pink sweatpants with the word pink all across the back. You're being pimped out. It's not, pink rabbit vibrators and all kinds of costume jewelry and all kinds of shopping and drugs, and that's not life. It's not he who has the most money in life wins. Is it? I encourage you. Get right within. Become the natural goddess. Natural hair, natural nails, natural healing. That's what I disciplined, devoted, and diligently sought in my life. Starting with perceptive abilities, intuitive abilities. I really don't like the word psychic abilities. But if you can see within, if you can hear within, if you can walk out in nature and ask your question and get your answers through the display of omens, spirit, animals, symbols, directions, connections that you make on your path, you'll be all the wiser. Consider how you spend your energy. Consider the goals that you set. Consider what you're doing for and with your vehicle. How is it going to last for you? If you're sitting under the hairdryer with aluminum foil, getting your hair painted with chemicals that are going to get baked in through the hairdryer, you're in too deep. If you're being told through your church or your pastor that you're not allowed to divine, you're not allowed to use intuitive abilities, or that people like myself are genuinely not displaying a God-given gift, using your words, you're in too deep. Because those perceptive abilities are innate human abilities. They're there as another level of sensing to protect you. People used to laugh when some of the first people came about and said dogs could sniff out cancer. And a couple gentlemen came with a few dogs that had been trained since they were puppies, and sure enough, they could sniff out cancer long before any of the testing that's even around today. And the doctors laughed and laughed and scoffed at the individual, and that's the same way it is for me. I've given thousands of medically intuitive insights to people that were only paying for a massage, to people that were only coming in for massage or energy work on the table. And I've given them what I've seen and what I've heard from within. If you're still living in a three-dimensional, a 3D reality, and you're still using lots of cliches, lots of victim or guilt and shame language, lots of good old boys slapping on the back, and you're living in a very rote, predictable way, you can expect rote, predictable answers and a rote, predictable life and a rote, predictable death. And you can expect to deal with the consequences of that. I don't need to tell you what they are. You can figure that out for yourself. Just allow yourself, like the story of the Velveteen Rabbit that I recommend to a lot of my clients, the Velveteen Rabbit, allow yourself the process of becoming real. Learn how to prepare real food. Learn how to be real without having to put on all of the face full of makeup and all of the fake hair. Learn how to communicate by being in the present moment with someone and not racing 10 miles ahead. Do something to earn your food and your living that is conscious. It is with right relations. Don't just go out and sell a wrap or a this or a that because you need to make money. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you're treating the dog that lives with you in the house. Is it my dog? Is it just a Rottweiler or just a German Shepherd? Or is it a sentient being who's not only capable of, but worthy of receiving love and respect? Start adjusting your word sound for a level of consciousness that we're not currently seeing in the mainstream. Be real. I encourage you. Be real. That's what I'm about. I'm about being real. 9 times out of 10, without a bra, without underwear, clean, comfortable, not branded, just being real. Without all the makeup, without a big plastic cup full of yellow, green, or blue liquid out of the fountains at the convenience stores, or an energy drink in my hand, or a big fat cup of coffee. I can make everything I need right here in my little kitchen. I can stop and get food to go that's very easy. encourage you to be real too. Till next time, be well.